So let's say you recently just got back together with your estranged wife or husband, and now the two of you and your child are hanging out, enjoying the day, having quite a few of your friends and neighbors over just to have a barbecue. Then all of a sudden, an alert goes across your phone and your television talking about an emergency that's about to happen. It turns out that the emergency is that a comet that was originally going to land in the ocean actually hits landmass. And then it's discovered that there's going to be a lot more comets, some of them being absolutely huge, hitting the planet. You also soon become aware of the fact that it was only your family who got this alert. So, for whatever reason, your family is being saved and no one else is. So, with catastrophe looming on the horizon, everyone else around you panicking, and you and your family potentially having a free ticket out of all of this, what would you do? Well, that just so happens to be the plot of the film that I'm reviewing for today, due to the fact that the sequel just recently came to theaters. The movie that I'm referring to is the 2020 film Greenland, directed by Rick Roman Waugh. So I've always been a big fan of disaster films. They're fun, entertaining, and just full of anxiety and adrenaline, which I know not everyone's into, but sometimes it's really fun to watch that as a movie. Now, what's interesting about this film is that it completely flew under the radar for me. I don't even remember seeing trailers or anything, but there is a reason for that. This came out right at the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm not too surprised that I don't remember this being really even mentioned, but I'm glad now that I finally watched it. The movie stars Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin. They happen to be a husband and wife who their relationship has been on the rocks for a bit. They haven't gotten a divorce yet, but it seems like it was close due to whatever issue they ran into, which I won't really explain that. Not that it's a huge part of this film, but I just don't feel the need to ruin anything for people who are waiting to see what happens there. So, our two main characters of John and Allison Garrity are really just trying to live life now that they're coming back together and giving this another shot. Now, John currently works in building and construction. Allison, I don't remember if they mentioned what her job is or if she currently has one, but either way, they're now living back together with their son Nathan. And things seem to be going better and pretty good at first. Now, as I mentioned earlier, John, Allison, and Nathan are having a barbecue with some neighbors and friends over, just hanging out. John is the one who gets the notification that he and his family are actually being evacuated if they can manage to make it to a location by a specific time. So the Garrity's quickly as they can pack up what they need and head out of that neighborhood, which is a very unfortunate and sad sequence as none of their other neighbors have also gotten this alert. They eventually make it to a military facility where they're going to be boarded onto a plane and then flown to some sort of secret, safe location. The Garrity's end up running into an unfortunate situation. Nathan's medication was left in the car, so John runs back to go and get it. But while Allison and Nathan are waiting, the military finds out about this situation and is going to eject the family due to the fact that the son has diabetes. Now, it's actually at this point in the film where shit really hits the fan. The family gets separated, and now they're trying to do everything possible to get back together. But because everything's just in a panic and people are just moving and trying to get out of there, they are quite a distance from each other. Due to some clever thinking, though, some messages are passed to one another, so they now know that they're all going to be trying to head from Atlanta, Georgia, up to Lexington, Kentucky, where Allison's father is living. The whole film from here becomes a crazy journey of going from Georgia to Kentucky to Canada and trying to eventually make it to Greenland, which I'm hoping you're able to put together. That's why the movie is named that. Now, there have definitely been quite a few bad disaster films out there, especially ones dealing with like an apocalypse situation. This one was really, really good in my opinion. I was fully drawn into the story and I could not stop watching the entire time. Probably my absolute favorite thing about this film is they do such an amazing job at telling this story and really playing out these scenes of what people would have to deal with in an a world-ending type situation like this. And the actors do a really good job too. Like the characters are very believable in my opinion. If you're a person like me that can become emotional very easily while watching a film, definitely bring some tissues. There are a couple of really emotional moments that'll probably get to you. And especially being a parent, there are a couple of scenes that my heart just sank. Like, oh, there were amazing scenes, but boy, did they get to me. So for me on my scale, I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 5. I absolutely recommend checking it out, especially if you never have. And it's currently streaming for free on HBO Max. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And if you've seen the original Greenland, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Also, keep an eye out as I'm going to be putting up a review for the second film later on today.